it out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Welcome back, boys. What a week we on? 4
We are on week 4, guys.
of the podcast. I'm Detonators, Tonto Bowl 6 champ, back with
The Huber Squashers, Matt Datling, Tonto Bowl 1 and 3 champ. Good to be back.
still waiting for that new name, but apparently it was just a hoax.
I'm feel like I don't know. I got a logo in my mind of the Huber Squashers now, and I'm still dwindling on it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll start to. We'll see.
All right.
I can't commit to anything right now.
All right. So, welcome back to Pennsylvania. You made it through like the riots and the looting. How'd it go?
Well, Brian, I got myself a nice 62-inch TV, direct from the Charlotte Bobcats / Hornets arena, and I got a signed Michael Jordan basketball. And looting was fun. What can I say? It was fantastic.
We
Love the
expected
city.
nothing else. Nothing else.
Joined right in for the cause.
And I have to say that Detling was gracious to share some of the beer that he pictured, I think on the app or on Facebook or something, but
Facebook.
and great beer. It exploded a little bit, but it's an incredible beer. Tell us about it.
Well, Brian, thank you for asking. It is by a wonderful brewery in Asheville, North Carolina, that I discovered while visiting Vince Pahoric. It's called Wicked Weed Brewing. So I know Bigler's all about it.
Yeah.
Always looking for some of that Wicked Weed. This is a farmhouse ale fermented with strawberries. And it's got great artwork.
Yeah, it looks like it has like a demonic like willow tree or something.
Pretty much. Well, I think it's all covered in strawberries.
Okay, strawberries. Okay, I thought it was like evil.
Yeah. Well, the taste has got a little bite. I will give it that. And the word before the farmhouse ale I can't pronounce. It's Brettanomyces, Brettanomyces.
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Anyway, it tasted nothing like I thought it would taste.
Oh, I know. It smells really sweet, but it's got like a sour taste. It's actually incredible. Or it's spoiled. I don't know.
I'm going to go with sour.
No, it tastes incredible.
And I'm happy to share it with you, Brian. Maybe we will have more in the future.
Ooh. Tease. That's a little bit of a tease. Speaking of, there's a tease like segment we have to do later. I'll tell you about it. Figure that music was fitting for you coming back, for the podcast to come back.
I'm thrilled to be back. To be honest, I missed it. I was just like, when I saw her, I missed Craig's week 2, Craig's week 3, the Venus talking, and also your power rankings, part 1 and part 2.
Wait, you didn't actually get to check them out while you were down there?
Not while I was down there, no. I checked out Venus talking while I was driving home.
Okay.
So, I had 9 hours to go or something I had to kill.
You wait till Brogan was sleeping?
I did. Yes, exactly what happened. As soon as she slept, I was like, "Come on, baby, just put the chair back, take a nap." And as soon as she did, I was like flipping through my phone while driving, and I found it. It took me about 5 minutes of going through the app. It's a good thing. Where's that?
It's a good thing you didn't crash, because like they would find that on your phone. It was trying to listen to some app. Venus talking.
Venus Towers.
Two stoned guys.
We're not worthy. But no, I love, and it all made my phone go from like 70 or 80% to 10% because I had no internet around like clicking, so it was all Verizon LTE.
That's because they brought the power.
They did bring the power, and I thought it was fantastic, guys. I really did. I know you guys are hard on yourselves, but I thought you guys are pretty good.
I thought it was amazing for the first true podcast. I know you did a couple warm-ups for preseason, but I was laughing my ass off.
So was I, and I was honored to be the first first choice of the Up and You Deep, like that time I took your mother.
Yeah.
Or no, like that time I took her sister and asked her if she wanted to play the sex movie game, and she said yeah. So I put her up against the wall naked with a picture of the ocean and gave her a bologna sandwich. And then I said, and then I got undressed and ran around the room in a circle while singing dun 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 dun, when having my hands up. I had my head like a shark fin going dun 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 dun. And just ramming right into her. I said, she wasn't ready for the sex, but I said, it was Jaws.
Wait, was that the name of the segment?
No, that was the name of the sex story. The name of the segment was Up in You. Deep.
Gotcha.
Which is what I did when I attacked her like a shark.
Who is it? Who are we talking about? Who did you attack?
A sister. A sister, but no sister that we can name.
Okay.
Don't want anybody else to get jealous or mad or come at me with a gun.
All right, we'll leave it at that. But I love the segment name. It's great.
The segment name was pretty good, and
And I love that Bean wouldn't play along, and that
Yeah,
Bigler
Bean
got-
ruined it.
He ruined it,
He did.
and
He
Bigler
ruined it
got
for
pissed
Bigler.
off, and then he
Rightfully
tried.
so.
Yeah, and then he tried to. Bean tried to save it and tried to play along, but it was already done. He'd ruined it.
it would have been a classic if Bean didn't screw that one up.
Yeah. The thing I like. I know we were gonna save this for unfinished business, but we might as well just get right into it. The thing I loved about their podcast is that about 50% of it could have been like on the cutting room floor, but they kept it.
Yes.
And I mean that in the best way possible.
I mean,
It's authentic. It's like it's real.
I like it. I like to hear the hit of the bong. Like I like when he's like, "Wait a minute, hold on, pause." You know what he's doing. And sometimes you hear Kevin Bean talking, you can hear the bubbly or whatever it was. I don't know if he has a water bong in the background, but you can hear you just laughing because you know Bigler's having a good time. It's his day off.
That's his day off. Yep.
He
And
deserves it. I do not think that Kevin Bean should chastise him.
right, he's trying to paint him to be this like stoner that gets wasted all the time. Which I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't think so.
No, he doesn't. Guy's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a job. He's got an apartment, his own
He
apartment.
got one day off.
He's got one day off. He's a hardworking man. If a man wants to smoke some weed, let him smoke some weed.
That's right. Whether he's podcasting or not.
Yeah, and it's not like Bigler's sitting in a corner of his room just staring at the ceiling. I guarantee he's working on some music,
Absolutely.
playing some Pro Evolution Soccer
On the side.
on the side, man. I guarantee it.
That was my only true criticism of the podcast. I expected more of a musical element. I mean, they sang a little bit, but like they both have some musical talents, which we know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Bigler tried to incorporate the keyboard, and it flopped.
Oh,
but
Bean hit that note on the "Don't Stop Believing," real high
did.
note.
He did.
You're like, ooh, sweet.
if they do another podcast, which hey, you could do one the same week we do it. I don't care. We'll just
Go
use
for
better
it.
ratings.
Better ratings.
It'll be equal because everyone will listen to both of them. But I think that's the one thing that they probably would improve. I mean, we've tried some horrible music selections. You remember like, we would write our own lyrics? It was awful.
My lyrics were fantastic.
Oh, the lyrics are good, but like the execution was pretty weak.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. But I still remember trying. And tree falling. And I can't remember anything else about that song.
The worst one I think we have ever done was whenever we did the Beach Boys and we were trying to do like the East Coast Boys. Again, lyrics were great, execution horrible.
That was really bad.
But any other comments on the podcast since we're talking about it?
No, I think it was a good job. I think they did good in the matchups.
Yeah.
I guess you thought that they praised me like I was a god.
God, yeah, like they might have like created like a gold statue while you were gone, just because you were 2-0 at the time. You got the girlfriend. You're on vacation.
Wait a minute. They say something about the girlfriend?
Yeah. They just said you're just like riding like on the high note because you got the girl. You're not thinking about fantasy it too much. You're not obsessing. They just said you're like in the zone. You're in the sweet spot. Plus, you're 6-0. I
was 6-0 in my picks.
Do you ever check?
I do remember
Do
that.
you ever check? I never check.
No, I wish I could say yeah, but no. I'm glad Bigler did, and I'm glad I was 6-0, and you were a paltry 3-3.
Yeah. Plus, they were praising you for the Antonio Brown over/under, which looking
Yeah.
back, I don't regret it. It's Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I was a lock. By the way, you owe me a beer.
Oh yeah, and you brought a
And
beer.
I brought a beer
That's-
too.
That's bad.
I've been earning a lot of beers on bets. Hey guys, I beat my girlfriend in skee ball twice
For a beer?
each time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. And down there you can play skee ball for only a quarter. It's like going back to the old days with Timeout Arcade in Richland Mall.
Nice. Did you ever think that maybe she just wanted to get you drunk and take advantage of you?
All the time. She tries to get me drunk all the time.
Oops, I got a 0 again.
She drinks way more than I do.
But nice.
Yes.
Vodka too.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Yes, vodka. The woman does shots of vodka, and I literally think her shots. She tells me it's just because of the shape of the glass. I think the glass is like a quarter full of vodka. It's like, no, it's like 2 shots. I'm like, I don't know about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna chalk it up to her being 10 years older or 10 years younger than I am, and I just can't drink like that anymore. I had some rum and cokes though. We had a dance party.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did she take advantage of you though?
She did.
I love that you're not laughing.
I'm not laughing. This woman got me drunk when the dance party was over. It was a different kind of party.
That's great. Sounds like an awesome vacation.
It was a fantastic vacation.
That's about all I have for the podcast. Like, I just hope there's more of them in the future. You know, if Bean will allow, Bigler to, I don't know, just to show off his skills, like, accept him for who he is.
Let him be Bigler,
Yeah.
man. I've always done that. I've let Bigler be Bigler.
Yeah.
Whether it's us playing chess at the table or him sitting there stringing his guitar for 12 hours trying to talk to me and me just listening.
Yep.
Or us just playing video games and him eating a whole loaf of bread with peanut butter. just a couple memories. Bigler's laughing. He's like, oh yeah.
Just let me just think about what Gags always says on his tank top. It is what it is.
Oh, I hate that saying so much.
I know. All right. Anything else for unfinished business this week?
Oh, of course we do, Brian. And don't worry, Craig, it's not about you. Kevin Bean. Oh, Kevin Bean. Why do we always do this? I feel like this is such a cycle every year. Looks like you're making a play for that Cleveland Browns pin again. It's only been 3 weeks in.
Front runner.
Front runner. You are the front runner. Looks like you'll be dancing at a rest stop again with the pin. Hopefully not. Hopefully a Wimber rest stop somewhere. We'll make you dance at the community building.
That would be great.
But how do you, like, I've never seen anybody not stand by their number one quarterback like you. I mean, you benched Matt Stafford for Alex Smith. Alex Smith.
Yeah, in week 2.
In week 2. This guy completes 20 passes a game if you're lucky. He's known as a game manager. You basically benched Matt Stafford for the Trent Dilfer of 2016. And then the next week, you don't have Alex Smith, you start Nick Foles over Matt Stafford. I don't know, what you think of the Steelers are going to be that bad that he was going to throw all over them? I mean, this isn't the Eagles.
No.
It's not the Eagles, sir.
No.
Your best receiver is an old Kenny Britt.
Yeah, I mean,
Kenny Brittle.
That's like, benching Matt Stafford and putting in Kyle Orton. It's crazy.
Kyle Orton was better than Foles and Alex Smith. By far. The man is amazing.
I mean, he finally has Stafford back in, but this might be the week he wants to bench him.
Yeah, versus Seattle.
Versus Seattle. I mean, who else does he have right now?
Nick Foles versus
Foles.
Arizona.
Ooh, that's tough too.
That's a flip.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. But I just feel like, and Craig brought it up, you don't give up on your quarterback, your starting quarterback, that quick.
No. Especially with like a guy like Stafford, who everybody thinks is a good quarterback, but he just throws the ball a lot. And the worst thing is he's getting worse and worse every year.
Yep, he's a poor man's Brett Favre.
Not a poor man, a broke man's Brett Favre. Not even close. Like, I mean, Brett Favre's a gunslinger. This guy has a 6-shooter from Target. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's got a cap gun.
Yeah, he's got a cap gun without any caps. That's how bad it is. So that right there is one of the things that has you in the front runner.
Another thing.
Yeah, what else, Brian?
Well, I happened to notice, as many people probably did as well, that you dropped Alfred Blue, and I don't know when he dropped him, but I think it might have been after the first or second week. But
Okay.
the fact is, he must have dropped in the second week because he went off last week. He got like over 100 yards, touchdown.
130.
Yeah. And I just think you don't drop the backup to a stud running back until he comes back. And maybe you don't drop him at all. Maybe you just hold on to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you have a job and you're looking for another job, you don't quit that job before you get a job. Then you have nothing to go on. I mean, that's why I look at it. You got to handcuff your studs. And even with Foster coming back, who knows? You might only play for 4 weeks and then get hurt again.
It's true.
And what are you going to do? You're going to try? You think Alfred Blue's going to be there? No, he was picked up in quite the jiffy.
Yeah, and it was crazy that I didn't even have to use my waiver wire spot to get him. Like, anybody could have picked him up, and I'm not just saying everybody should have, but it's crazy that he was there.
It was very crazy. I wish I would have picked him up, but I don't have any room.
Yeah. And so maybe Bean can call in next week and tell us about that. Why he dropped him? I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah, maybe it was like a stats thing.
It could have been.
Yeah.
We'll let him defend himself.
Anything else about Bean? I mean, no.
Let's see here. Let's look at his starting lineup real quick.
Oh, yeah, okay. I did forget about this. Yeah, Bean. So you put Alan Hearns in, and you didn't play Brandon Cooks so far. Maybe this will help you out. Alan Hearns is the number 2 wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And he's currently being started by 5% of all leagues.
Yes, and you have Brandon Cooks on the bench, who's currently being started by 67% of the league. The number 1 receiver for the New Orleans Saints.
And furthermore, Alan Hearns has a total fantasy point value of 34.8, and Brandon Cooks has 35.
That's
more than 34.8. I mean, I don't know where your rationale is going, but
I think Brandon Cook's ceiling is much higher than Allen Hurns.
I definitely do. I think he's a better receiver. He's got a better quarterback this week. Gosh, I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, you could put in Leonard Hankerson over Allen Hurns.
Yeah, yeah. And we're not even going to get into that trade yet.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
No,
We're
say
not
that for
gonna
later.
touch that trade.
No.
So yeah, unless somebody really tries to make a push for this, right now you got this Browns pin. I don't want to say locked up, but
You got locked up. I mean, somebody's got to do something really dumb to take this away from you right now.
it could happen.
It could. I mean,
Playoff time or something.
it could happen. It could happen. But the Browns pin is all about taking the team over the year and basically pushing it and face in the mud.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're
That's
the.
true.
I mean, you're imploding, man. I don't know what happened. The algorithms. You didn't trust the algorithms.
I think he did. You say he was using the algorithms from 2014, right?
I think so. Yeah, I
saw that.
I've adapted my own algorithm theory. I'll talk about that in my matchups. So
All right, so I think that's it for unfinished business for now.
yes, for now.
Until next week.
Don't stop believing. Ooh.
I've been waiting for that. That's
Music to your ears,
it is,
Brian.
It is
I should be playing at the Benedum.
the Benham or the casino.
Dude, actually, it's a pretty good acts at the casino. You'd be surprised. But anyways, yeah, don't stop believing. Bringing it back. This one goes out to Jimmy Huber,
Yep, our fearless commissioner.
fearless commissioner. So fearless, he's about to walk into marriage again.
Yeah, and that takes some courage, man.
That does take some courage. I mean, I haven't even walked into marriage once, and I'm scared of for him. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about your life.
No.
We could have some fun with that. Maybe for another podcast. We're gonna talk about your team name, the Raritan Pups. We also used to be the Raritan Wolves.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened? You know what? Nope. You know what, Jimmy? I got a new name for you. Pussies.
Wow.
Yeah, big bunch of pussies.
Wow, that's tough love.
Yeah, that's what you are, Jimmy. You're a big pussy. Because you changed your team name. Have some respect.
After 3 weeks.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. I don't know if it's ever happened to me, but it's happened to some people. I think Craig, it happened to him. He was 0-3 once. So he didn't change his name. He's been Springfield Isotopes since the dawn of man. So you're the Raritan Pups? Is that what you're trying to say? You're some little puppy waiting to get kicked?
Yeah.
You want us to kick you in the stomach while you're down?
Say, oh, look how he's so cute. He's so adorable. You know?
Oh, who cares?
Clearly, you're not trying to pick up anybody in this league. You know, we don't need an adorable puppy in this league.
Yeah, you're not trying to work any trades, waiver wires. We don't see you making moves. We don't see you caring about your team. I'm sorry. Andrew Luck isn't a stud. Deal with it.
Yeah. Or at least not yet. You know?
Yeah.
He's a stud, but he's got to find himself again, just like you need to find yourself.
You got to work on yourself, Jimmy.
Have you heard him howl once this year?
I have not. I'm still waiting for that phone call where he calls in and talks about his team and jokes around with everybody and how
Yeah.
about he loves the league. And he gives you that howl, that blood-curling howl.
Yeah. And I mean, it's getting close to Halloween. Hopefully, we're going to hear it one time this year, at least before he plays the Huber Squashers. I mean, are you going to play the Huber Squashers with that name, the Raritan Pups? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I might feel bad for you. Might. I mean, are you still sad about losing the Wimber Food Challenge to Gags? I mean, you didn't even make it to through half a medium pizza?
Yeah, he made it maybe like 2/3.
Well,
Root beer crust.
the root beer crust. Yeah, that was your fault right there, man. I mean, so right now what you're saying is you're half the man you used to be.
Yeah, that actually brings up a great segue. I mean, you might want to talk to your doctor. It happens, you know, like when you're in your mid-30s. Something called low T, Jimmy, you know?
Low T.
Yeah, you might need a little boost to the testosterone.
It ain't
you
so,
know?
Jimmy.
You might need to boost that T. Got the low T.
Get
and
yourself some Andro lube.
take some tea. You know, get the team name changed, and you might be back on track.
Yeah, slow T. I feel like we're all concerned for you. Your future wife might be concerned for you
Yeah.
as well. What is it,
Amanda.
Spurring or Sperling?
Something like that.
I mean, we know her name. We're gonna look her up. We're gonna come to her workplace. We're gonna have her. we're gonna get her a T-shirt or something that says that I started dating with Jimmy and all I got was this lousy T-shirt and low T.
Would you call it a low TT?
Oh, I like it. A low TT. There you go, Jimmy. This is bad, man. A couple more weeks of this stuff, and we might. Listen, we're gonna drive to Winver. We're gonna hang up the Hail the Thief poster in the middle of the video cast. Then we're gonna drive to Providence, New Jersey,
Yep.
and we're gonna deliver you a tube of Andrew Lube for your low T.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take your girl out. We're gonna take her out for some dinner, and explain to her that it happens to the best of them. We know Jimmy's this big hulk of a man. He likes to think of himself as a Superman. We've seen the outfit for Halloween, and you know what? Even Superman can't get a hard on sometimes. So
Please don't talk about Jimmy's private area. That's absolutely inappropriate.
sorry, man. It just needs to be called out.
All right, you definitely get the Redskins pen for the next year, right there.
Hold on. This is not a reflective time. This isn't me on myself. This is me trying to help out a fellow friend.
All right.
I just want Jimmy to be happy.
Okay.
And
I just want him to get his pride back.
well, his pride. The way to get a man's pride back is to get the high T instead of the low T.
That's true. Yeah, we don't want the low cut T.
No low cut T. I do not want to see low cut T. So Jimmy, get your team together. Take a couple days off. Meditate. Do whatever you gotta do. Start drinking ginger tea.
We don't want to have this talk again.
No, I don't really want to talk about Superman. You're always a hero to me, Jimmy.
Let's take a look at this team for real, because I want to pump you up a little bit. We love the Moncrief pickup. Huge pickup. He's going to be their number 2 wide receiver. We've talked about it before. That's something to hang your hat on.
It is. He's definitely better than Old Man Johnson.
Absolutely. You got some nice young receivers here. Aguilar, it's still early. He could come around. You got Victor Cruz coming back when?
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week, which Downey's not excited about.
I am not. I am on the Randall train.
Yeah. Marvin Jones, even though he's like number 2 or whatever, he still gets clutch for some touchdowns.
Who's touted as a big pickup all over the internet today.
Absolutely. So,
What about Doug Baldwin? Sneaky pickup.
sneaky pickup. No, that was around 19 pickup.
And Nate Washington. That's I don't even know where to go with that. I can't believe he's still playing. That's Old Man River right there. He's got a little fountain of youth.
That's true. And Jimmy Graham is back on track, baby. He cried a little bit. He got the ball. What do you get? 7 for 70 and a touchdown. So
Yeah, I think
he's back on track.
I think we'll get a touchdown versus Detroit too.
Yeah, I think he's good for a touchdown most weeks. So,
Yeah.
and once Andrew Luck gets back on track, you're going to be golden. Just keep your chin up, man.
And once Marshawn Lynch actually decides to play, or Seahawks decide to play and stop screwing around and saying, oh, well, he'll be a game time decision because he has a hammy issue or an ankle issue. Man, he's the beast. He's beast mode.
right.
Of all people that should be on the Raritan Wolves, it should be Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Great
Look at you.
comeback.
I look at your team. Your team is still fearsome.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the hell happened. We know Andrew Luck just. I wouldn't say he stunk up the joint. He's played. He's just listen. It's hard to get used to.
Been mediocre.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. The GM picking up Frank Gore and Andre Johnson. I don't like how people tout this. They're like, these are the great moves that are going to make them win a championship.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Andre Johnson is 34 years old or something, and Frank Gore is still Frank Gore. You don't have a young stud. Get a young receiver, get a better running back, or get a better line, get some better defense. You've seen Andrew Luck come back time and time again and just win games for them by himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, Josh loved those moves because he picked up both of them in rounds 2 and 3.
Well, which was explained, but he's 0-3 as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have no room to talk, but you can.
Yes, I can. So and I was very surprised. I thought Andre Johnson went a little early. Thought Frank Gore was a little early, but I thought the Frank Gore move was better than the Andre Johnson because he's probably the first serviceable running back they've actually had that I think will actually make it through a season.
True. All right, let's stick with Jimmy for now, though.
Okay.
And the only thing I'll say to wrap this up is that I'm glad that you haven't just made some crazy moves, made some crazy trades, dropped people you shouldn't drop. You're sticking with your team. You're making, a couple little bench moves, which I think is great. So stick with your team. They're going to come around.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Season's not over yet for anybody. It's only 3 weeks in. We got to go to 12.
13.
13, my bad. And as Craig has stated before, the magic number usually probably 99% of the time is 7 games.
Yep.
Except for Justin, that's the 1%. So you could still easily rip off 7 quick wins and be back in the lineup and have us eating crow.
Absolutely. So we want to see the real Jimmy. Will the real Jimmy please stand up?
Yes.
Gags times, trading gags, excellent. Gags.
All right. In no way was that an endorsement of Gags in this trade. It just seems like he's the one who likes to trade away half of his team every other week. What happened in this trade, Det?
Looks like Gags traded Andrew Luck, Emmanuel Sanders, Travis Benjamin, and Todd Gurley for Cam Newton, DeAndre Hopkins, Ezekiel Elliott, and CJ Precise. This is
be-
what the word
to
I'm
be
gonna
precise.
Yeah, this is the word I'm going to choose for.
All right. What do you think?
Once again, monster trade, second of the year, and second of the year involving Gags.
And last trade, he traded away his number 1 draft pick, first overall. And this week, didn't he take Andrew Luck second round?
Yes, he did.
So trading away the second round pick. I don't know about the rest of them. I don't know if Sanders was third round. He might have been. Well, obviously, Gurley was fourth
I believe
round.
The third round was Carlos Hyde.
Okay. So he likes to trade away his top picks. But regardless of that, I was pretty shocked. More shocked by what Bigler gave up. I couldn't believe that he gave away Cam and Eazy-E. You knew he was huge on both of those guys going into the draft. And for him to trade them only a couple weeks in, I don't know, I just couldn't believe he did it.
Well, I mean, we can all agree that Cam Newton is one sexy MF.
Yeah, absolutely.
But maybe Bigler just started thinking that maybe he couldn't deal with the inconsistent play according to our league.
Did Craig get in his head?
Maybe, but I mean, at the same time, he was like, what did Cam put like week 2? Like, wasn't it like 65 or something ridiculous?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Well, maybe he just saw a chance to get better. Like, well, I mean, if you're looking at the trade,
Yeah.
in Eazy-E, I mean, hey, I have Alfred Morris. I put Alfred Morris in specifically because I was hoping he would punch in a touchdown, and that's what he did. Probably took Eazy-E's touchdown away from him. I don't know. I didn't get to see the game, but so that probably didn't help him. And DeAndre Hopkins,
Everybody stole touchdowns from Eazy-E.
they never stole any women.
That's true.
That's why he died. Oh, that's terrible. I take that back. But yeah, and DeAndre Hopkins, man, whew, what can you say? I mean, are we just sticking with one player? I just started going through the trade.
Let's go quarterback position. Like Cam and Andrew Luck. Like, who do you think got the best of that?
I think Disco got the best of it because I believe Indianapolis will be down a lot, and also Andrew Luck throws the ball.
This is true. But
lot.
he's a little banged up, and he's off to a shaky start, but I think he has more potential to have lights out numbers. You
I
know?
do too.
He has more potential to hit 60 or 70 points. Cam can do it. I just don't think he'll do it as often.
Okay, but I feel like Cam would be more consistent, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
Might not be a consistent 60, but it's like 40. Like you said about the running, getting you a touchdown or getting you like a quick 20-yard scamper. I was at the game. He got sacked a lot, but there were a couple of times where he went on the edge and he ran for like 20 yards, and you're like, man, that's sweet.
Who would you take this year, Luck or Newton, if you had to choose one?
I'd take Luck.
I'd take Newton.
Would you?
Yeah.
In our league specifically?
In our league, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, already Luck's got Moncrief down. I think that like the targets are not as good as they used to be. He's banged up. He's got a bad shoulder. Cam Newton is a possessed man, and he just happened to run into like maybe the best defense of the year.
It might. Well, Mike Zimmer is a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phew, man,
Yeah.
that defense to see was just smothering.
Agreed.
I mean, it reminded me of my high school girlfriend. That's how smothering it was.
Job.
Yeah, never been so smothered in my life.
All right. What
And I
about?
didn't even get the sex.
Okay.
That's a whole other story. I got
That's unfinished business.
times. That is unfinished. It's a hell of a lot of unfinished business. I could talk to her. Oh man. But yeah, okay. Moving on. But hold on. Okay, so this league, other leagues, I would definitely take Cam Newton, and within a heartbeat, I got Cam Newton in a dynasty league
Right.
that you're playing against me.
That's
And he
right.
starts every week because he's Cam.
But this league, you would take Luck.
I would specifically for the completions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fair enough. All right, receiver Sanders or Hopkins if you had to take one. Who
Oh,
would you
come
take?
on. Hopkins.
Oh, absolutely.
The big play potential's there.
The only thing I don't like is a quarterback who's thrown to him. We got Brock. The only guy that likes Brock is Josh. I'm not talking in the entire world. Like his mom doesn't like him, his girlfriend doesn't like him. The only person who likes Brock is Josh.
Okay, come on. First of all, DeAndre Hopkins has never had a quarterback that's thrown to him, and he still puts up big numbers. Bobby Hoyer or Brian Hoyer, Matt Hasselback.
Yeah.
All those people, there's nobody. They're all nobodies, and he still puts up monster numbers. So
Right.
it doesn't matter.
And Emmanuel Sanders is hit or miss. Like he can go off like he did last week, or he can go for like 4 for 50, and that's it.
True, but it's obvious that Bigler's looking for some depths here.
Yeah.
Because he's as he stated, he's working with somebody else's team, and it's Vanilla Jeff, and he says Vanilla Jeff already took a hot steamy pile of poop on it. So Bigler's just trying to make a diamond come out of that.
All right, so we both agreed DeAndre is the receiver you want there.
Yes.
What about running backs? Easy E or Todd Gurley?
That's tough.
Really tough.
I personally would take Easy E. I know Gurley's supposed to be this monster, but like Gurley said, he feels like they got 12 in the box against him every play, and I feel that Easy E is only going to get better unless he hits the rookie wall. But I feel
Right.
like there's more point potential from Easy E.
I couldn't agree more. I think Gurley did get those 2 touchdowns last week, and he'll put up 4 or 5 games like that a year, but the rest are going to be flops because Case Keenum's not getting it done.
No, but maybe Bigler's thinking keeper value next year.
Yeah.
And another year for the Rams to get better. Maybe by that time, Goff will be able to actually learn what a playbook is, and learn where the sun sets and where it rises. If you've watched the Hard Knocks,
I did see that. That was funny. Sad and pathetic, but funny. Obviously, the last 2, Benjamin, you're going to want him over Precise, at least for this year.
obviously, and I believe it was a for the DeAndre Hopkins it was like a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
For the Sanders and Benjamin. So, and I haven't looked at each other's. I haven't looked at the teams since as what they look like overall, but. I guess if I were to say who won the trade,
Yeah, who got raped?
there was no rape. This was consensual,
Very consensual.
with maybe a cider roofie. It's tough, but I would give it to Disco because if you're looking at 4 versus 4 as far as the players go, Bigler has more of an overall value,
Absolutely.
and I think Gags. I mean, he got it with Hopkins and Ezekiel Elliott, and he's hoping for Cam Newton to beat Cam Newton. But I think Bigler got what he wanted out of it.
Yeah, I think on paper, Bigler won this trade, but
Not by much.
not by much at all. But I think that Gags could prove to win this in the long run. It all depends on what Cam does this year. I think so, because that'll be the biggest difference maker. Because Cam could put up 60 points a game, and Luck could maybe be in that 40 to 60 point range, but maybe sometimes being on the 40 point.
I agree.
So it'll all rest on Cam, whether he's sexy or not.
It's always sexy.
We've been gone for 2 weeks. Hopefully somebody's called. Looks like there's a red blinking light over there. Why don't you hit that?
Gladly will do, Brian. Ba 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 beep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. I have to believe that was a butt dial from Gags. That was beautiful.
No idea what that was. Was that like? Did he just eat one of those ghost chili peppers? And he's like, "Oh my god, I gotta let nobody how I feel." And whoa, I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. It was great. I mean, would you say it's better than being a stocking?
It's very close. Very close.
I might surpass it. Just that mumbled garbage. Just kidding, Bean. But it was from Lansdale, PA, and I do believe it was from Gags, and it might have been an accidental call. But well done, Gags. Well done.
Very well done. Also, there was a drop plate. What kind of plate is that?
That's China.
No, it's not China. What kind of plate is it?
Pyrex.
I knew it. I knew it was a Pyrex.
From Josh.
Good job, Josh. Indestructible.
Indestructible. Josh made that Pyrex.
That was dropped from 2 stories high.
He might be 0-3.
Quality dish right there.
Yeah.
Quality.
Quality dish. He might be 0-3, but he can make some glass.
Josh, I want to know how I can get some Pyrex.
Maybe
Can you be my guy? Like, I got a guy.
if you are like in a Secret Santa with him, he'd probably get you some Pyrex.
All right. Secret Santa Fantasy Football League. Make sure I get Josh.
We should do that. That would be amazing. We're doing Secret Santa this year.
That would be. Next thing to bring up at the draft.
Beep.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Time for a little Venus talking. Hey, I got a little finished business to throw across the podcast desk as it is. Detling, hey, first of all, congratulations on a good win against the Dub C Hooligans. I must give you credit where it's due. You got us, by a handful of points there. You got lucky and you hung one on me, and hey, it's going to happen kind of time. However, that being
Guys.
All right, so it took us almost a minute to realize that was actually from 2 weeks ago.
Took me 30 seconds. I was trying to mouth the words to Brian, but I couldn't do it without
It's still way, way, way too long. So
We mess up too, guys.
we're really not smoking any weed, so that's pretty bad.
Yourself.
All right, let's try a different call. Beep.
Hello, everyone. Time for another voicemail with your friend, the Dub C Hooligans, with Venus talking. I'm driving home from Lancaster. You in the West might know it as Lancaster incorrectly. In the rain, and I am sick, and I am miserable, and my horrific fantasy team is not helping Juddy. I'm so sorry. I almost felt bad winning that game. Almost. I didn't feel completely bad because I still won. But God, was that just disgusting. I wish there was almost a way we could have both been knocked out at the same time. So gross. I wanted to call in, and I know that we've done this before, but give a shout out to our intrepid podcasters for the great work that they do. Biggie and I did our best to fill in, and for those of you who listened, we hope that you enjoyed it. That's really all I got. I'm so tired. I'm so sick right now. It's 3 days of a conference, and it was boring and horrible. And I hate it. I hate everything. I hate my team. I hate the fact that I picked up Wendell Smallwood after dropping him, and that I was excited about that. I hate the fact that I'm excited about Terrence Williams or whatever his name is. I don't even know if that's his name. I hate my whole team right now. Julio Jones is scoring like 3 points. God, Drew Brees and Arizona defense are the only good things about my team right now. Lamar Miller can't score touchdowns. That's how I feel about my team right now. So everybody's available for a trade, except Drew Brees. I'm not trading him. I love him too much. Everybody else, if you want him, just make me an offer. So bad right now. Bye. Peace in the mouth.
What do you have to say about that, Delling?
That was like music to my ears.
Yeah, I mean, I actually feel bad. Like, he's sick, he's tired, he's coming back from a horrible conference.
A 3-day conference that was boring.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know anything about conferences. I've never done anything I've never been in a professional job long enough to actually have to go to one.
Do you think we should do a house check to make sure he's okay?
No, I'm sure his wife got him. Make sure he's locked.
He's got the corgis.
He's got those beautiful corgis to come home to. Probably just open up the door and they're underneath the couch and all you see is little feet in their butts.
He's like, oh, thank God. Someone.
We've all been there with that moment where you're like, just like, my team is
That's
terrible.
the most pathetic I've ever heard anyone sound after a win. I mean, usually after a win, you're feeling a little bit more upbeat than that. But man, he's ready to just call it quits.
It's only week 3.
I know.
Week 4 is coming up. Beans, what is he? Is he 1 and 2?
I think so.
That's nothing. Knocked out. Julio Jones will come around.
Yeah, I mean, he's not 0-3.
True. You could be 0 and 3.
Yeah.
Like Josh.
Which I do have some sympathy for Josh. I mean, I've started the season 0-4 before. It's no way to start the season. It's really rough. You just want that one win to like show that you have a chance to make it back. So maybe this is your week, Josh.
It's very true. And I started 3-1, and I didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because Operation Injure All of Detling's players came about. So don't worry, Bean. It's not over yet.
Yeah.
You
Jimmy, don't be so confident.
Yes, I would not be confident at all, especially with people telling me that you won by like a combined total of like 2 points or something for 2 games.
But that was definitely the most distressed call we've ever gotten. And the funny part was he had nothing to call about, nothing to talk about, and yet it went on, and it was like almost like a therapy session.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do that.
Sometimes you just got to get it out.
Yeah,
You feel
And,
better.
Yeah, I guess
Like
it'd be
that wailing that he did for about 10 seconds.
he did that thing. I forget what the word is, where you immerse yourself in your fear for therapy.
Yeah, and you just like let it all out, the rage and
Yeah.
all the pent up feelings.
Yeah. So with that, I was thinking that Kevin, if you will pay for me, I will go to it with you.
Wow. Is it you just ask him out on a date?
No, but he said, please see the movie It with me.
Oh, that's right, because he wants to help you through your fear.
Yeah, he wants to immerse me in the fear.
Wow, you mean that?
I do. I don't want to be,
There probably will
labeled-
definitely be clowns at the theater dressed up.
labeled a bitch.
Yeah.
And even though there are other people in this freaking league that are afraid of clowns too, but people just don't like to make fun of
Hey,
them.
we're here to talk about you.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. We're here to talk about me.
You're the one that brought it up.
So, Bean, if you'll pay for me, I'll go watch it with you.
It's only like $10.
I'm willingly going.
You spend $200 on beer.
I want to drink that beer. I don't necessarily want to see the movie.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I'm doing this for Bean's entertainment value.
And also your therapy, because maybe it'll help you.
I sincerely doubt it.
I might want to go to this movie with you guys.
Everybody's invited. Just buy me some refreshments.
That would be incredible.
You can buy me a medium popcorn.
Bean, if you come out here, I'll split the ticket with you.
Oh,
It's like $5 each.
better sound system, probably.
Or maybe I'll buy you popcorn, Delling.
Buy me pop, a large.
Yeah, sure. I'll sneak you a water in.
Something's gonna. You would send me water. I gotta have something to throw when I get scared.
We await.
Special, that funky special, draft special, that funky special.
That was beautiful. That was like pretty much right off the top of Delling's head. Like I'm working next to a genius.
I know it's hot. It's tough. It's
I
tough.
don't know where it comes from.
I don't know either. Give me a few more of these beers like Craig requested. And you'll get a hell of a lot of genius.
All right. So basically, this is a segment we meant to do like week 1, just haven't had time. We're gonna do the best and worst pick for each team from the draft, even though it's week 4. What do you say for Gags? We're gonna start off with the number 1 draft team of the year. What do you say was the best pick?
Well, keep in mind we try to keep it in our minds as from when we were at the draft.
Exactly, not like what they've done so far.
Yes. Okay. For Gags, best for me was Martavis Bryant in the 17th round. Excellent keeper value. The guy stretches the field. If you can get him and keep him on your bench, that's awesome.
That's a nice pick. I'm going with the no-brainer, AB. I mean,
AB?
It's the best pick that he could have made, because if he didn't make that pick, it would have been the worst pick. See what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. I can't argue with you. I was just trying not to be like the obvious choice.
All right, worst pick.
Worst pick for me, it was Carlos Hyde
Ditto.
in the 3rd round.
Ditto.
When he made that, I was like, what? Ugh,
Yeah,
gross.
it was-
Thank you.
It was disgusting, and I felt the same way. I couldn't believe he took him that early.
I wasn't even thinking of Carlos Hyde till like the 11th round.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, he's got a couple touchdowns already, but I don't see it lasting.
If he didn't have those touchdowns, it'd be nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could say that for a lot of people, but
Horrible pick. All right.
yes.
Moving on. All right, Dub C. I believe your best pick was hands down Drew Brees.
Drew Brees in the second round.
Yeah. How can you? I mean, that was like the 23rd pick.
My best
Incredible
pick.
value.
It is incredible value. But I mean, I go really incredible value. My incredible value for your best pick was Steve Smith in the 12th round. Of course, I love Steve Smith. I think he's a great guy, great possession receiver, and I thought 12th round was very a good pick for him.
Yeah, that is good value for Steve Smith. Worst pick?
Worst pick to me was Danny Woodhead in the 4th round.
Agreed.
And reason for me was I could have kept him in the 14th round. I just thought it was way too early to reach for him, and I was surprised. I understand. Plus, you have Lamar Miller as your keeper.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to play him in the flex role and go from there. Clearly, I didn't know what you were doing, but I mean, I will argue. Yeah, you can get Danny Wood. He's a great PPR running back, but in the 4th round, I didn't think it was worth it.
And we talked about this before. I think you could have taken him in the 6th or 7th, and it would have been pretty decent value.
I definitely agree on that one.
4th was a reach. You could tell that you were targeting him a little bit too much, and it's kind of salt in the wounds now because he's out. Which sucks.
Yeah. And I even looked at you funny when you did it. And I was sitting right next to you. I was like, really? Okay. All right, for Possum Magic, my best pick was actually, and believe it or not, it was Christine Michael in the 10th round.
So honestly, me too.
Really? Okay, yeah, because I thought if Raul, you don't know what Rawls is going to, all the reports were like, oh, his ankle still sucks. You don't know what you're getting. And obviously they were right. And, so that was my best. 10th round, that's hell of a value.
Yeah.
And I just got to say, fuck you, Tree Sice, okay? Because
Hey, let it go.
I can't. This is like the first week Christine Michael came out of nowhere, scored 2 touchdowns with like 100 yards. He's never had 100 yards in his freaking NFL career against me.
Yep.
I was not happy.
He's pretty much going to have an RB1, well, maybe RB2 the rest of the year with Christine Michael, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
For at least a while. So I agree, best pick for you, Christine Michael. I was targeting him right around there, 10th, 11th round. I just didn't get him. I believe that your worst pick, and I had to pick between 2, but I think Dante Moncrief in the 2nd round is way...
Totally agree.
Yeah, way
totally
too early.
agree.
Way
Second
too early.
round.
Yeah. I mean, 2nd round, it's like the 2nd pick. I just think that should have been a 3rd round pick. Yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah, get on the Moncrief bandwagon a little early.
Yep.
So wow, that's funny. We agreed on both picks.
Both picks on the same guy. And we both agree that he's a lucky son of a bitch. Okay, Twerk Kabisic. I believe that your best pick, for me at least, it's kind of a weird one, but I really like Clive Walford in the 14th. I do. I think he's going to be a good tight end. I think he's going to flourish throughout the year. He's already doing okay. And in the 14th round, that's good value. I don't know if he'll ever be a keeper, but he might be like a good tight end too for the whole year. So that's my best pick for Twerk.
Well, I mean, I guess I can see that, but I don't agree.
That's okay.
But that's why we do these.
Yeah.
My best pick for him was Spencer Ware in the 11th. And it was because I was a Jamal Charles owner.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, oh, why did I pick him up a long time ago?
Yeah.
And I was not happy with myself. And I'm just paying for it now. It was a good one, Twerk.
We might have the same worst one, Detling. Des Bryant, 4th.
4th overall in the
Yeah.
first round? Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah. I mean, he's an injury waiting to happen, which already did.
It wasn't even that. It was that Tony Romo was already out.
Oh, good point. Good point.
That's I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you take him with the 4th overall pick?
Right.
There's so many
Yeah.
people that you could just grab.
You should have dropped.
AJ Green? Is that possible?
No,
no,
he was right
he
before him.
was gone.
Yeah, but could have had
Brandon Marshall.
Easy E, Amari Cooper, any of the quarterbacks.
AP.
Although he had Blake Bortles, he was keeping AP.
Yeah, what's with that? Him not playing Blake Bortles?
I don't know.
That's insane.
Absolutely insane. Playing Barack. Like I said, he's the only man.
Did you say Barack? Barack Osweiler? The president of the NFL.
The president of the Houston Texans. All right. So yeah, we agree. I figured we would agree on his worst pick.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For I almost said Twerkovus again. Everybody Ertz. Wait, everybody Ertz?
Yes.
Oh yeah, duh.
Jay.
Classic. Yeah. Jay Huber. The best pick for me was Tevin Coleman in the 17th round.
Me too.
How
That was
did
mine.
How did we all miss that?
I have no idea.
I was taking garbage before then.
Right, because like we didn't really know for sure what was going to happen in that backfield, but you knew he was going to probably get like split carries.
Yeah.
You know.
And he had, man, people were telling
It
him
was
he was
a
going to be
smart move.
good.
It was a smart move because he had Devontae Freeman as
It
his
was.
keeper.
It was.
I'm surprised he waited that long to take him. But
Which fell right into his lap.
yeah,
I was hoping like Spencer Ware would have fallen into mine. Josh, why did you pay attention to Tevin Coleman?
yeah, I think that's going to pay off for him big time. I don't think that they're going to combine for 4 touchdowns every game.
No,
But-
but I don't know, what was that? Are you agreeing with me on that pick?
Yeah, I thought that was his best pick. The other one I really liked was Will Fuller, but that's pretty much where I was going to take him. You know, so it's not the greatest value.
I had
Yeah.
Will Fuller. I scratched
Yeah.
him out.
I
Put
liked
Coleman
it.
down.
Not the greatest value, but
Yeah.
still a good pick.
Yeah, but on the draft day,
Yeah.
we didn't know whether Will Fuller was going to be what he was.
True. My worst pick for him, and it's more of a personal issue, is I never really liked Doug Martin, and I wouldn't take him second round. I just wouldn't. And I feel like he gets hurt too often. And
What's your personal issue with?
I mean, I've owned him in the past, and he's burned me.
Okay.
And yeah, he's done nothing for me. So 20th overall, I don't like it. I mean, I would have rather you have taken Mark Ingram, who you took in the third round, in the second round, and Doug Martin in the third. I would be okay with that. But I'm not okay with taking Doug Martin in the second round.
Yeah, I remember hearing people chatter about like Doug Martin and Mark Ingram both not being worth their picks.
Yeah.
Which at the same time, I mean, I can't agree with that completely as far as their worth. But we're not here to talk about them.
Yeah.
My worst pick for him was actually John Brown in the fourth round. I don't like. I mean, I know a lot of people are talking him up, but I honestly don't have that high of an opinion of the Cardinals receivers as a whole.
Yeah.
And to take him that early to me was not kosher.
I kind of felt the same way because he's a wide receiver 3 on a pass heavy team, granted.
Right.
But David Johnson's up and coming, so he's kind of the fourth option.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know he's a speedster.
Yeah.
Well, fourth or third. Michael Floyd never does anything. He's the hype train, just all time. Oh, Michael Floyd's gonna be great this year. He's never great.
Which is funny because I actually was hoping to get Floyd over Fitzgerald, and Bajorek took Floyd right before I took Fitzgerald, and I thought I was actually in the hole,
Yeah.
but turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, if I had to take anything out of receivers, it was always Fitzgerald and nothing else.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, Jay, that's what we think.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Disco. I think your unsexiest pick. Or wait, we're doing sexiest.
Sexiest.
I think your sexiest pick was Michael Thomas in the 9th. I was trying to target him a little bit, right around there, maybe
missed that
10th.
one.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna prove to be super sexy down the line. So yeah, nice pick.
Oh man, if I could go back and change my mind, I would, but I'm not going to. For Disco, I thought your best pick was actually Danny Amendola in the 19th round. I thought that was a steal. For a Patriots receiver, Edelman goes down, Amendola steps up, boom, you were golden.
That's true.
And it only cost you a 19th round pick?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, you're right. Mike Thomas is sexy too, but I love them white receivers.
You sure do. All right, what about unsexiest? What do you think?
For me, the unsexiest pick he had was TJ Yeldon in the 6th round.
Well, that is unsexy.
I just don't like the Jaguars ever.
Yeah.
No matter how good they are.
I kind of agree with that one, but that wasn't the one I picked. I actually took the one right before that, Kevin White. What is he, a second-year receiver, unproven. I think I was just a little bit too early. So,
What round was Kevin White again?
5th round.
5th round?
Yeah. I think I was a little bit of a reach. There was a lot of hype around Kevin White,
There
and
is.
I don't know if there still is, but
Still, yeah. There is.
you got Jay Cutler thrown to him, who, you can't really ever trust him.
Or Hoyer.
Or Hoyer now it might actually be better. But at the time it was Cutler, so I didn't like Kevin White for you, but hey, what are you going to do? You got him. You're stuck with him.
That's right.
All right, Huber Squasher. I think, even though it's like kind of an easy one, I think your sexiest pick was Amari Cooper because I was next up in line and I was planning on taking Cooper, and I was so pissed when you took him because I thought that was the best player left for the first round. So you got him. So
Thank you.
sexy
Thank you.
pick.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I honestly, my hands are tied because Brandon Marshall was gone.
Yeah.
I was like, I was taking Brandon Marshall, and then Jay took him. I was like, oh crap. So then, yeah, it took me, but I fell for the black and silver, man. Sexy,
Yeah, it is sexy. It's paying off.
very sexy. But for me, actually, that wasn't what I was going to pick because I don't like going first rounds.
Yeah, no, I usually don't.
Mine at the time was, and still is, Willie Snead. 6th round.
Okay.
Fast Willie Snead.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's going to
Were you
burn.
thinking that at the time?
I was like, oh, sweet. I can't believe this guy fell this far. I got to take him. So that was my best pick.
Nice. All right. What do you think your worst pick was?
Well, I'm not really quite sure what I was thinking. I might have been thinking right now, but also I had started to write something down as a name, and as far as I can decipher, it's Jon Snow. It's Jon Snow from I think Game of Thrones. I didn't know I could pick him, but I don't know. I mean, did he win? Did he win?
No, he didn't.
He didn't win.
He didn't win at all.
So I should never watch the whole show.
He lost.
Oh, that sucks. Anyways, but I came up with Jamal Charles in the 2nd round, and it's mainly because of right now he hasn't even played yet, and that's all.
Did you think it was a bad pick on draft day though?
I thought it was a risky
Yeah,
pick.
risky pick.
I was just like, looking back, I wouldn't do it again.
I thought your worst pick was Jonathan Stewart. I had him, no lie, targeted in like the 9th round. I know he's the number 1 back for Carolina, but Cam Newton steals so many goal line carries. I just didn't like it that early. If you could have got him in the 6th, maybe, but I seriously targeted him in like the 9th round.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Hey, you don't have to explain yourself. I mean, I took Duke Johnson in the 6th last year.
True. Okay, I won't explain myself.
Okay.
No, you're next. Hey, very right. Funny. It's right next to me. The Detonators. Detonators. My opinion. Your best pick was Dion Lewis in the 17th round. If he comes back at all.
Yeah.
And he's the same person or close to the same person he was before he
I
left.
hope he's the same person. Do you mean like he might have split personality?
Yeah, it's exactly what I mean. No, it's the same player.
Gotcha.
So it could be a great save for you and a great keeper value as well.
Yeah, that's exactly why I took him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. I believe my best pick. This is like I think I do need therapy. I'm not even kidding. I think my best pick was Matt Stafford because I got him in the 3rd round, but mainly because Craig would have taken him in the 4th or in the 3rd or 4th round. He was going back towards Craig, and guaranteed he would have taken him 3rd or 4th round.
Did you talk to Craig about this? Or
No,
you
but it's like he loves Stafford. You know the offense is hyped up this year.
Yeah.
I think he would have taken him 4th.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, 3rd
Yeah.
or 4th. But I was targeting him in the 3rd, and I was really happy he fell that far. So I think that's going to be my best pick of the year. I don't know if I'd actually keep him in the 2nd, but I like getting him in the 3rd. So I like
Okay.
it. What do you think my worst pick was?
Hands down, without doubt, I think your worst pick is Ryan Matthews in the 6th round.
Really?
I hate Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews, his ankle got stiff on him versus the Steelers, so of course they took him out. Used a running back by committee. I'm sorry, man. He does not have the iron clavicle. I don't think he'll start more than 8 games this year.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could be right, and I don't like the way it's going either because they're already talking running back by committee, even if he comes back or when he comes back. I'd have to say my worst pick was probably Jared Goff in the 20th.
What? You honestly think you could have got something better in the 20th round?
No, I'm just being a dick. What I was saying there was my draft was like flawless.
So good. Get out of here.
No, I think probably my worst pick was T.Y. Hilton in the 2nd. I don't like T.Y. Hilton, but I just felt like I was forced to take a top wide receiver, and he was like the next top wide receiver on the board. I've owned T.Y. Hilton, and he's boom or bust usually, and I'd never like taken him that early, but and I didn't feel good about it, but I did it, and he'll help me some weeks, and some weeks he'll hurt me. So that's my real feeling.
I very well might have taken him if you would have taken him in
Really?
that round
That
instead of
round?
Charles. I would have been like,
Yeah.
boom, I got like 4 receivers. I don't need a reflex.
Yeah, he's a good name on paper, but sometimes he just doesn't perform.
Yeah.
So, but I like that Moncrief's out.
Yeah, but I'd like to also add to, much like Kevin Bean, as far as he looks good on paper, but he doesn't perform too often. That's what his wife told me the one day.
Oh my god, this is the guy who's gonna take you on a movie date.
Probably won't perform there either. Probably won't pay.
All right, next up we have the Mighty Midgets. That would be Jim Huber's brother. I think his best pick would probably have to be hands.
Jim Huber's brother?
Yeah, I'm just messing.
Oh,
I'm just going along
trying
with.
to mess me up now, too.
Sorry, I'm just going along with Bigler and Bean.
Okay, all right.
Anyways, they have the same name and that means they're brothers. So I think hands down his best pick is Matt Forte in the fourth. Forte in the fourth. Didn't even plan that one. I mean, put it away, Delling. Put it away. That's an incredible pick. We're gonna have to keep doing that all year. Forte, I mean, like, what, last year he probably went first or second round. I don't know off the top of my head, but for him to drop all the way to pick number 40, I mean, well done.
I actually agree with you. That's what I had as my
That
best
was your-
pick as well.
yeah.
Yeah, Forte dropped in the fourth round. Everybody got scared, saying, "Oh, he's what's the age 30?
Something
They're
like
not
that.
going to use him right." Meanwhile, you look, we all fell for it.
Yeah,
Chris
he
Ivory,
crushed
he was
me.
banging when he was on the Jets, you
Yep.
know, and they were without the Bilal Powell. Mm-hmm. They all thought, "Oh, we're going to use him too," but so I mean that might happen in the end. But right now they're just crushing Forte as much as they can.
Yep. All right, what about the worst pick?
My worst pick, I mean, to be honest for Jimmy, just was actually pretty hard for me to pick. I looked at your draft; it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was one of the top 3 drafts.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we should look forward to Brian's top draft rankings when he gets bored. But no, his worst to me was Braxton Miller in the 14th round.
I don't even know who that is.
He is the Ohio State has a trend where they take their quarterbacks and make them receivers,
Okay.
and that's what he was. And so I just thought I didn't even have him on my list. I was just like, I would never take Braxton Miller, and especially in the 14th round.
Yeah.
Very raw. I didn't think it was worth the trouble.
I think your worst pick, and it's not because I don't like them, but you just took them way too early, was Carolina D in the 5th round. I mean, and for me, that's entirely too early for a defense.
But I took the Seahawks in the 5th round.
Oh, did you? Maybe that's why he took
Probably.
Carolina. Yeah, he probably got a little gun shy
Want to
there.
go back and say Seahawks are my worst pick?
No, I still think Jonathan Stewart. But see how that is kind of early. But Carolina D, I mean, I just feel like you can get a really solid D in the 7th round. That's usually when they start going. But, maybe you were just playing off of the flow of the draft. You do have one of the... Hey, you are the 2nd power-ranked team, according to me.
True. True, and I'd also like to add that it was very hot outside in that draft, quote-unquote, room. So some of the choices that we made were heat-related.
Delling may have had a mini heat stroke.
Yes, maybe a mini heat stroke. Correct. All right, next up we've got FC Bohoric / FC Durst. I don't like it. But anyway, his best was actually, I had 2 in my mind. But Matt Ryan in the 12th round was his best pick for me. Because
That's what I had.
yeah, because Craig had alluded to before about how we do value quarterbacks very heavily, but we don't take them at that early. And we took the 2 best in the 2nd round.
Last to the 12th.
He didn't have that great a year, but this year he's having a better year.
When you've got one of the top 3 receivers in the game. Ugh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd be thinking too.
Yeah.
I should have taken him as my backup quarterback. I don't know. But the 12th round, I also was on the fence with it because I saw Kenneth Dixon in the 14th round.
Okay.
And I thought that was very good value that he dropped him. I picked him up. I'm just saying.
I didn't realize that Judge actually drafted him.
Yeah. So that's great keeper value if he would have kept him.
Did you just say that just so you could pat yourself on the back?
Yes. Also, Justin texted me back.
Okay, that's weird.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
All right, I would have to give his other best pick, other than Matt Ryan, was I think Tom Brady in the 6th. That's not a whole lot of value to give up for 4 games.
Yeah.
And he can keep him. He can keep him in the 5th round if he wants to next year. That's still great value for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
What about his worst pick?
Worst pick, hands down, I thought it was Tyler Lockett in the 5th round.
Ooh, I didn't even realize that one. I might change mine.
Yeah.
You know what? That's listening to too many podcasts. That's what that is. Because I was listening to the same podcast that were hyping him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know that. I think bigger Bohoric Eats, Sleeps, and Drinks podcast.
Yeah, and
he
I-
even speaks speaks because of one. He has a stutter and he speaks because of the podcast. That's where it came from.
Oh my goodness! Did he just text you? Did Judd
No,
just text you? Because
no, that was my sister.
this isn't even a live feed,
Sorry.
and it would be crazy if Judd actually texted you because you just told him to text you 2 minutes ago.
No, it was my sister telling me that I left Charlotte on time because her fridge went kaput today.
Ooh, yeah.
That's expensive.
Maybe you broke it.
I did not break it.
All right. The one I was going to say for you, Joe, was Deshaun Jackson. I just never liked Deshaun Jackson.
What round was that?
Third round. I mean, I just
You never liked Deshaun
never
Jackson?
liked him. I mean, maybe like 5 years ago, but I never.
5 years ago?
I never really liked Deshaun Jackson because he's too much of a boomer bust.
He's like a T.Y. Hilton.
Exactly, and I'm not crazy about T.Y. Hilton. I think he's a poor man's T.Y. Hilton.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Dude, maybe that's because D-Jack is older than T.Y. Hilton. But I disagree with. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with the round pick, pick of the round.
Did I just offend you?
You did a little bit. You offended me about that because I love Deshaun Jackson.
And he's not even white.
Oh man, there you go with that stuff.
You brought it up.
No, I didn't. I never said anything. I said Danny Amendola. Never said anything about D-Jack. But no, D-Jack, boomer bust, man. The guy's great to watch if he does some fun things.
5 years ago, great. I wouldn't take him in the third round now.
No, I did want. I was looking towards drafting him this year because I was thinking Kirk Cousins to D-Jack, wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
I was like, that's boomer bust. I can live with that. But then, yeah, Juddy took him. I even told Juddy, I was like, oh man, I was trying to get him. Good pick. I mean, I know it's the third round, but
Where would you have taken him?
probably 4th or 5th, maybe.
okay.
But
Yeah, probably
where it was going? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably 4th round.
Okay.
But I like Deshaun Jackson.
Well, he's going to have to perform this year since Keenan Allen's down.
Yeah, sorry, Juddy.
Sorry, Jet.
You first.
All right, we got Ert So Good, a.k.a. Springfield Isotopes. I believe your best pick. I couldn't really choose between a couple of them, but I liked Julius Thomas in the 12th as a strong tight end. I mean, he's your backup tight end. And I also really like Jameis Winston in the 13th.
Well, which one is it?
Julius Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, Julius Thomas in the 12th. How about you?
I only asked which one is it because for me it was Jameis Winston in the 13th.
Nice.
Great value.
Yeah.
I should have taken him earlier. I know what you're doing with him. I see it. It's easy to see it. You're just hoping to make the playoffs, and I'm hoping you don't make the playoffs because if not, you're going to start Winston every game. It's dangerous playing against New Orleans Saints defense twice. We should notice these things more often when we're looking at quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Winston was the best value.
Okay. Worst pick in.
He is possibly could be the Kirk Cousins of this year.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. What do you think the worst pick was? I'm still trying to figure mine out.
Josh Gordon, 4th round, before all this stuff happened. Craig took him, and I was like, ugh, really? I was thinking 8th round at the max. So yeah, he's coming back. He looked sexy in the preseason game. Big deal. That's what I thought to myself. I said, you don't even know if this guy, he's already serving a 4-game suspension. You don't know if he can even stay, I don't want to say healthy, but off the drug game for 4 weeks alone.
Yeah.
And obviously, from what Brian told me, I thought it was just like a warrant out for not giving his DNA sample, but going into rehab.
Yep, going into rehab.
Voluntarily.
I think it was voluntarily, but into rehab. Who knows? I don't know if he's coming back this year or not, but it doesn't sound good. He basically said you got to put your personal life before your professional life sometimes. So he must really need to get it on track.
He must, and I think that if this is the case and he doesn't come back to play, I honestly think all you guys got to stop believing.
Yeah. Craig, don't let this go to your head too much. I really did like your draft. I liked a lot of the value you got all throughout. I don't think you really reached too much. Personally, the one I didn't like too much was Randall Cobb in the 2nd round, just because Jordy Nelson's coming back and he's the number 1. So to take a number 2 wide receiver with the 14th overall pick, and I'm not talking about just because Cobb hasn't done well so far this year. I just didn't care for it that early. But overall, I did like your draft, and I'm not just saying that.
Craig, you're better than that. Obviously, I stopped picking Cobb when I knew Cobb was no longer good. Once he was out of my keeper status, I knew he wasn't going to play well anymore because he only plays well for me, baby. So bad, really bad.
All right. Yeah, that meme that you guys created of Detling make Tonto Zamaz great again, it's perfect. I mean, almost every person we've talked about, Detling somehow made it about himself.
Maybe like half of it.
Exactly. Trump would do all, but yeah, you've got half. You got a little work to do. Should we jump into the last one?
Yep.
All right.
I already know what I got.
All right, you go first.
For last but not least,
yeah, best pick.
New Gods, Mad Titans. I feel this is easy because
Yeah, I
Le'Veon
think
Bell.
yep. Same
second
here,
round,
same
keeper
here.
value.
Brilliant.
Yeah, what? Nobody else is going to take him in the first round, obviously. So the fact that you knew you had to take him in the second round was it. I was even holding hope that he would come back to me.
Yeah.
So, but I knew that was like impossible.
And I know that he was really hoping to get Alshon Jeffrey and Le'Veon Bell. Like
Was he really?
the night before, those were the two picks he was hoping for, and he got them both. So, kudos to you, Jimmy. And I mean, way to like not screw that up by taking Alshon Jeffrey in the second round. That would have been the worst mistake ever.
True. And miracle that you're 3-0 and you didn't even have Le'Veon Bell. So it's hopefully it only goes up from here, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're thinking. We all hope it only goes down here.
All right, worst pick. I got mine.
Mine is Torrey Smith in the 5th round.
That was the other one I was leaning.
Yeah,
towards.
I thought it was a god awful pick, and I honestly didn't even have Torrey Smith on any of my rankings. I swear to you.
My worst pick is Eli Strong.
Eli Strong.
Eli Strong in the 13th. I liked Eli Strong, but I was going to take him in like I think he was actually one of my picks to take in the 19th or 20th round, like as like
Oh,
a
wow.
flyer, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And when he went in the 13th, my head just popped up. I'm like, wait a second.
Was it because it was Eli Strong, or was it because it was Eli Rogers? Because when it said Eli Strong, I was looking through my book going,
Wait, who's he? Who's he?
Eli Strong?
I don't know who Eli Rogers is. I only know an Eli Strong. But yeah, that was kind of funny. Yeah, I think that might have been Jimmy's like heart pick, because his Steelers heart pick. He had a great preseason and he started out okay. I don't dislike the player. I dislike.
caught a miracle touchdown off of Sammy Coates' chest.
That was great. He had a great first game.
And I was like, Sammy Coates, what the heck?
But whatever Jimmy did with the 12th pick overall, it's turning up roses so far.
What's the 12th pick?
I'm just
Marvin
saying, like,
Jones.
oh,
That's
no,
that's your
12.
keeper value. Oh, 12th pick overall.
Overall, yeah, like
I
he's
got you.
get a lot of value out of that.
Oh.
He's first place, 3-0.
If we were going through best keepers of the year so far, it would be Marvin Jones.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mike Evans, he's up
leads
there.
the league in receiving.
Does he really?
Yes, he has 400 some yards.
All right, we'll save that for another day.
Yes, we will.
All right, and that's the recap.
Recap.
This week's matchups.
Week 4. In the first matchup of the week, we have the 2-1 Mighty Midgets coming off a loss to his brother, going up against Twerk Kabisic.
There you go with that, brother.
I know, I
Again.
love it.
Is this the Mighty Midgets that is ranked number 1 in your power rankings,
They're
Brian?
2.
Oh, they're 2.
Yeah. Gags is number 1.
Gags is number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go over with quarterbacks.
All right, Dalton versus Bortles. I know Dalton's already got, 29 points?
we don't want to look at the
Yeah,
points.
okay. I give this to Bortles.
I give it to Bortles as well.
Yeah.
Playing versus Indy should be a shootout, hopefully.
Yep, over in across the pond there, in good old England.
Oh, it's in
country.
England?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
in London town.
I was just about to say in the beautiful skies of Jacksonville. Now I see Sunday,
Yeah.
9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I was wondering, that's a weird time. Yeah, okay, in London. You know, this is like the 4th time Jacksonville's been in London.
Yeah, they're
like obviously trying to
gonna
make
be their
Jacksonville the home
team,
team for London. Nobody likes them in America, so maybe London will.
Yeah, before they just completely get rid of them, might as well
Yeah.
just ship them out.
All right, so we agree on Bortles.
Yep.
To Allen Robinson versus Macklin. Gotta go Allen Robinson.
Yeah, me too. Even though Pittsburgh's defense is pretty awful, I'm giving it Robinson.
True. And well, hey, how do you beat a quarter? How do you beat a quarterback, Brian?
I don't know how.
Start his wide receiver.
That's right, and that's what he did.
That's what he did. Bang. It's one of my favorite things
Bang,
to say.
bang, chicken and shrimp.
Yeah. Bang, bang, chicken. You were just waiting for that. That's one of my favorite things to say. You know what my other favorite thing
What?
to say is, Brian? What do you call a doctor that graduated last in his class?
A doctor?
A doctor.
I know, that's scary.
Exactly. And,
What do you call a fantasy manager who's last in the league?
a fantasy manager?
Josh.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, Josh. Poor Josh. Josh, are you noticing that he's picking on you more than I am?
He is the 11th power ranked team, according to me.
And
only
conveniently, he has
behind
11 points right now. It's
That's
kind of
right. All right.
All right, moving right along.
Okay, my iPad died.
Okay, I only got 37%. We got to do this. All right, Demarius Thomas versus Julian Edelman.
Gonna give this to Demarius.
I'm giving it to Demarius too. Tampa Bay. So I think
Not quite sure how their defense is, but
Crowder versus Brown.
not even hesitating.
No,
Brown.
And why doesn't he put him in the number 1 wide receiver slot? I know it's just
Just
for
to mess
looks,
with
but
you.
I know, put him in number 1. Oh.
Are we going over under 30 again? Double or nothing, Brian?
Versus KC, no.
Okay.
No, not against KC. All right, Gore versus Murray. That's a tough one. I'm gonna give it to Murray.
I'm going to give it to Gore.
Okay,
I think Gore's going to get a touchdown.
that's possible. Forte versus McKinnon. Forte going up against Seattle. McKinnon versus the Giants. I'm gonna give it to McKinnon.
I'm going to give it to McKinnon as well.
Yeah, and Forte is gonna get shut down by Seattle. Okay, Walker, who's banged up, going up against Zach Miller.
I'm going Zach Miller.
I am too.
First Detroit,
Oh,
Hoyer's
yeah.
playing.
Oh, yeah.
Hoyer's throwing to Zach Miller now.
Yep, Zach Miller all day. Stephon Diggs, David Johnson. I'm going Diggs.
I'm
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going Diggs as well
Yeah,
versus
Diggs.
Giants.
Yeah,
LA vaulted LA Rams defense. Aaron Donald.
Yeah, it's tough. Although they got almost blown out last week, they gave a bunch of points. Can't remember who they played, but they gave a bunch of points. Tampa Bay.
Oh, Tampa
Yeah.
Bay. All right. Kickers don't matter.
Nope. Carolina versus Cincy. I don't know. Not even looking at the points. Carolina.
I'm going Carolina too. I think they're going to come back and with a
Yeah.
with a,
Oh my goodness, they got
with the revenge on their
them
mind.
and the Steelers both got just reamed out.
They did.
you know?
Yeah. It's just. Well, to be honest, actually, Carolina defense didn't play that bad. It was mostly. I mean, the
Was
defense. Their Minnesota defense kept putting in the Vikings defense in such good field position. It was
Oh,
ridiculous.
wow.
Plus the punt return for a touchdown. I mean, that doesn't really count if we're getting the nitty gritty of special. And we don't do special teams. We do, but it's not overall. So yeah, I'm going Carolina.
All right, who you going overall?
Overall, I gotta go with the Mighty Midgets.
Yeah, me too.
I hope not.
Found myself saying them more.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Josh.
Yeah, you know,
I would love for him to get his first win, especially at the hands of Mighty Midgets.
he might with Bortles if he has a big game against the Colts. I'm gonna go midgets, but I'm hoping for Twerk.
Okay. Okay. And all right, this next matchup is Everybody Hurts versus Hurts So Good.
Come on, Craig, you make it hurt so good. That's all I got.
Oh, I thought you had more there. I thought you were on top of your brain.
I was waiting
there.
for you.
Some Jack and Diane.
All right.
All right, let's go. Quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks: Palmer going up against LA versus Rivers in New Orleans. Rivers all day. I don't want to say Rivers runs through Jay, but it's possible.
Ooh, brutal.
Sorry, Jay, that was awful. But yeah, Rivers
I'm gonna go Rivers as well, reluctantly.
crouched.
At the starting line. But we are not starting to do music. Music
For
quotes.
every single.
Yeah, during this whole thing.
All right,
All
Fuller
right.
versus Cooks. Gotta go Cooks.
I gotta go with Cooks too.
Yeah,
Rats.
I know.
All right, Crabtree versus Landry.
I'm gonna go Crabtree. Not just because of the points that I see on the board, but I really think Crabtree versus Baltimore might get it done.
I'm gonna go Landry, and just from looking at it on the board, it's the fact that he's probably gonna get a ton of garbage
In the
time
last
catches.
quarter and a half, yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Parker and Dorsett.
Dorsett.
Even though we know Parker doesn't have much going on,
Mm-hmm.
Dorsett against Jacksonville.
Too
Yeah.
good to pass up.
Yep.
All right, we got Mark Ingram versus LeGarrette Blunt.
I'm going to give that to Ingram.
I'm giving it to Ingram as well. Did you know that Blunt is the leading rusher right now in the league?
Really? In
Yes.
yards?
In yards.
Wow.
Yeah, and don't get used to that, Craigie.
No.
Because this is all because of the shitty quarterback system that are how it's played out. Once Brady's back, Blunt is going to be rendered useless.
Yeah, he might
He'll get a
you, like,
touchdown,
he'll get a
but he's not going to
touchdown,
get
yeah.
100-yard games like
No,
crazy.
No. Yeah, and going against Buffalo is going to be a tough game.
Exactly.
Coleman versus Ivory.
I go Coleman.
Me too. Is Ivory even healthy yet?
I don't know. You have to press that little notebook there. Now we don't have time.
Yeah, we don't have time. And plus, I mean, he hasn't proven anything yet. I'd keep him on my bench until he proves something. But
I don't think Craig has anybody on his
that's what I
bench.
was thinking.
Jimmy Graham versus Jordan Reed. Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta go Reed. But Graham, man, he showed up last week.
Sure did. You would think that he'd probably be in play here against the Jets.
Yeah.
But he also might need to be a blocker as well. Go Jordan Reed versus
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Jordan Reed.
Ooh,
This is going to be a good matchup here.
DeMarco Murray versus Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a good
And they're
matchup.
both going against tough Ds.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how tough Houston's defense is anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
J.J. Watt's out.
That's true.
So,
Plus, they got shut out.
They did. I'm going DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, even though it pains me to do that, I'm going to do the same. Hauschka, obviously. I have to take a little bone to pick with Craig here.
Okay.
It's not really personal, but it's like,
It is personal. Don't kid yourself.
why are you starting Boswell? Like, the guy only kicks PATs or short field goals, and for the most time, they're going for 2.
Craig still thinks it's Bosworth.
That's great.
He still wants to put his head in the Mohawks.
The most he's ever going to get you is 5. So I would not start Boswell. It's probably his only kicker, and he doesn't want to waste a move. But no, I just would not play Boswell unless that you just want to have a Steeler playing. I don't know.
True. For me, for my opinion, Hauschka.
Yeah, of course. Okay, Houston D or Kansas City D.
Houston D.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Houston hard pick.
I know Craig's probably thinking Kansas City's going to run rampant or just crush the Pittsburgh defense, but L Bell's back, baby.
I know. That's
Can you
true.
hear that bell?
Where-
Dong,
That's right.
dong.
Hails bells.
Back in.
But that was about to rock.
We salute you.
We're just going through the ACD catalog. All right.
Man.
Overall, who you going with?
Going. Everybody hurts.
Me too. Because I never picked Craig.
Neither do I.
And everybody hurts, man. I can't believe the comeback he made last week and sitting pretty at 2-1.
I also hate the fact that Craig reversed the name, the beautiful Everybody Hurts name, to Hurts So Good.
I know.
I was like, dude, just shut up.
He rarely ever changes his team name.
I know, but he's trying to be too cute.
Too cute. Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
And the next matchup, we got FC Bahoric / Durst going up against Possum Magic. All right, let's start right into this. Quarterbacks, we got Matty Ice going up against Big Ben. Who do you like there?
Yeah, I like Matty Ice versus Carolina, believe it or not, as far as police. I see Ben Roethlisberger versus Kansas City, and they're projecting him at 51 points.
That's crazy.
That is ridiculous. You have their cornerback Peters on Brown.
Yeah.
I heard supposedly Peters is pretty good.
And I hate to say it, but for the last 2 weeks, Ben has been off. And I don't want him to be off, but he's been off.
He has been off, and by the way, if you were to total up the scores for 3 weeks, Cousins outscoring
my
Ben
God,
Roethlisberger.
okay.
Just to let you know.
Make Tonto's demise great again.
Make Thompson's demise great again is right. And,
So I'm going to Matty Ryan too.
yeah, and also didn't KCD just make Fitzpatrick look like a fool?
They did. Bad. It was bad.
So-
I think Craig said that they actually set a record for points. I think that's what
really?
he said, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think KC set a record for points.
Wow. Okay, so we're obviously both going Matt Ryan.
Yep. All right. Floyd versus Green. Got to go Green.
It's so terrible.
Even if it wasn't the points that we're seeing right now, still got to go Green.
It's still AJ Green, but we are seeing the points, gentlemen, and it is just
Yeah,
sick.
Jay, I hope you're
For
sleeping.
the love of God, triple team this guy.
I know. He's like their only guy.
Yeah. Okay, Deshaun Jackson versus Cole Beasley.
I'm going Beasley.
I'm going D-Jack, man. He's going to get one long bomb versus Cleveland.
Cleveland is possible, but they're going against San Fran. All right. Tajay Sharp versus Mike Wallace, 2 garbage players. I'll go Mike
Wow.
Wallace.
I'm going Mike Wallace as well.
CJ Anderson versus the Crow.
The Crow. I like that. That's good. Oh, boy. I'm going to go the Crow.
Yeah, going against Tampa Bay, they can be tough. I'm going to go CJ,
You go CJ? Okay. Currently, we have Rashad Jennings.
but he's not playing.
yeah, versus
so-
Jeremy Hill. So, obviously, we got to go Jeremy Hill.
Yeah, we're not even going to look at his bench right now.
Right. Tight end, we have Dwayne Allen versus Hunter Henry. Good pickup. Good pickup by
yep,
Tree Size.
Yep. If we were doing training of the week, it'd probably be that. Actually, you know what? Side note, training of the week, it goes to Bigler for me for Simeon.
Do you think Simeon, but do you think Bigler rides the Symbian?
What is that?
You don't know what a Symbian is?
No.
Oh, man.
Is that a whole other segment?
It's a whole other segment. You ever watch Howard Stern, the movie?
No.
No? You never seen Howard Stern movie?
No.
My God.
Who's Howard Stern? Just kidding.
That's what a girl sits on that gets her vibrates. It's like they can't
Well,
control
then,
themselves.
Then yes,
That's
I
a
do.
Symbian.
I do think that's probably why he picked him.
And he probably has a Symbian that he uses
Probably.
his lady yoga pants to wear.
But
before every match.
But I do have to say that was the sexiest pickup, just because he didn't even have to use a waiver wire priority on that. Nice move. But in terms of using priority, Hunter Henry, nice pickup. So I pick Henry as well.
Okay. Flex position, we got Tyrell Williams versus Christine Michael. I go Tyrell Williams.
Me too. Going against New Orleans. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, kick or skip it. Minnesota versus New York. Oh, they're going head to head.
Minnesota.
Dellington.
Speaking from experience. Fuck you, tree size.
Those wounds are fresh. Good. All right, who you got overall?
Tree size.
I'm going. Who's he playing?
Justin.
Yep, Jetty. It could have been anyone.
Matchup is a doozy. Dub C Hooligans versus the Detonators.
All right, let's go look at the quarterback matchup right away. We got Drew Brees going against Matty Stafford. Gonna go Stafford.
I'm gonna go Drew Brees.
Yeah,
I think it's a toss-up.
It is a toss-up because they both are playing against relatively weak defenses. In my heart of hearts, I'm probably going Breeze. I think that score could be run up. I think that Detroit might blow out Chicago, so I'm probably going Breeze in my heart.
Okay, Julio Jones versus Mike Evans.
I don't know. It's tough. They're both going against tough defenses.
I'm going Julio Jones. I mean, they got to throw it up to him if they have any hope of winning this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go Julio as well. Man, it's tough.
Allen Hurns versus Fitzy.
Geez, that's tough too. But Allen Hurns is doing nothing. Fitzy, they're going to feed him the ball.
I agree. I'm going with Fitzy.
Even if he doesn't get a touchdown, yeah.
A lot of short passes.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Smith versus T.Y. T.Y. over in, good old England. Going to take T.Y.
I'm going to go with Steve Smith
Oh my
just because
goodness, you
he is
would.
my old guy of the year award. And I love the root for the dude, man.
All right. We got Forsett versus Dwayne Washington. I should know this. He's on my
I was
team.
going to say, you say it's like a question mark. It's on your team, Brian.
I think it's Dwayne. Taking Dwayne Washington. He's their lead back now. And he actually looks good.
Does he?
He's a really tough runner. He's like 6'2", 230. He's a tough runner. I'm giving it to D. Washington.
I'm going to give it to D. Washington, too. I don't think Forsett's any good anymore.
No.
And I hope, I'm rooting for
He's
Washington.
he's only got a couple weeks left anyway before your boy Dixon comes in.
I hope so.
All right, we got Derrick Henry versus Howard. Howard.
That was, that also is,
That was a nice pick.
that was a category for best pickup in your best round in your draft.
They actually said that even though he was further down the rankings in the running backs, they said that in pure talent, they said he ranks right up there with the top guys.
Really?
Yeah, they said put him next to anybody in that rookie class. He might have gotten taken as early, but he's just as talented. So now he has a chance to prove it. Gronk versus Barnage,
Who's the quarterback for New England?
probably Garoppolo.
I'm taking Gronk.
Yeah, I'm going Gronk too, but he hasn't practiced in full yet, and that
Oh,
worries
then I'm taking
me.
Barnage.
Oh, jeez.
I'm really flip-flopping.
I know. I'm going Gronk because I think they're going to use him at least in the red zone, and I think they're going to try and target him a little bit more.
Okay, flex position?
Miller versus Benjamin.
I'm going Miller because Benjamin didn't even get a target last
I
week.
know, but that's why I'm going with Benjamin, because they're going to overfeed him the ball. Because he's probably pissed, and the whole team's probably pissed. He only got one target. It was at the end of the game. So, yeah, I'm going Benjamin. They're going to overfeed him. He's going to be puking up the football.
Kicker Janikowski, that's all we said.
Janikowski. All right. This is going to be a good game here. Arizona going up against L.A.
That's a good game.
Yeah. And, I'm going to give Arizona the edge, but I don't know. It's tough.
I'm going to give it to Arizona as well because there's more turnover possibilities.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm just hoping that LA kind of just keeps pace with them.
Right. Those projections are really close, by the way.
They are. I am going with myself. And it's going to be for a strange reason. I really think that my running backs this week are going to help me pull through. I do. I think these two young rookie running backs are going to help me go over the edge. Plus, Bean is really close to completely breaking down as a human being.
He's a very good actor.
He's very fragile right now.
Fragile.
And I'm really hoping that I can just help nudge him in that direction.
Not because of those reasons, but I'm also taking you in this matchup, mainly because I think that your team has better matchups and overall looks better on paper. compared to some of the people he's put out there as his starters. I think
Yeah.
maybe he had some bye week blues. I'm not sure.
He is true. That like right in between Breeze and Arizona, there's not a whole lot besides
Julio Jones and Lamar Miller.
exactly. But they've been underperforming, so
Okay.
that's why he's really hurting.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next matchup?
Yes. All right, this one tugs at my heartstrings. The Huber Squasher versus none other than Disco.
I love that Disco picked everybody for his team last week. Did you hear that?
He did it in honor of me.
I
I
know.
love that. I love that Kevin still argued with him the whole way,
It was hilarious.
even though he was trying to get him to pick somebody else, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll pick somebody else," and they picked this player again. I was like, "That's
that was fun.
classic.
That was
Exactly
fun.
me."
All right, Kirk Cousins versus Andrew Luck. I'm gonna give that to Andrew Luck.
I'm gonna give that to Kirk Cousins
Of
all
course you
day
will.
versus
Of course.
Cleveland, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that. I think Luck and Jacksonville. I think it's gonna be a shootout. Benjamin versus Cooper. I'm gonna give that to Cooper.
So am I.
Sexy, but Benjamin going against New Orleans.
True.
Fast Willie Snead, is he playing?
I hope so.
What's the report? Do you know?
I don't know. I'd have to
Okay.
press that little box.
Yep. Or versus Sanders. If Willie Snead plays, I'm definitely giving it to him against San Diego. Mm-hmm. And if not, then I'm going to go Sanders, which is like saying against nobody.
Okay, Brian.
Sanders.
Obviously, I'm going Fast Willie. Marcus Wheaton versus
Are you
Eric.
really starting him after last week?
That's when you start this person, Brian. When somebody has 3 drops, you start in the next week.
In the end zone, right through their bread basket. That was one of the worst non-catches ever.
I didn't see it. I honestly didn't.
Literally
I just,
just went through the bread basket and just dropped out the bottom.
brittle.
It was ugly. Versus Decker. Oh, against Seattle. Still going Decker. I have no faith in Wheaton.
I'm going Wheaton because no, I have some
Why?
rationale. Because Eric Decker supposedly has a shoulder injury. He hasn't practiced very well, and he's got to get an MRI.
Okay.
So
He might
technically,
be
he might
out.
not even playing. And
Half of an Eric Decker's more than a whole Wheaton.
wow,
That's true.
Was that a bread joke?
That is damn true.
that was a bread joke.
I don't know what that
You
means.
don't even get what you just joked about. Half of a Decker, like triple Decker, is better than a whole
good.
Wheaton.
That's good. That's good.
Where's that Wheaton? What's the?
That's pretty clever
The
if you
Family
pick up
Guy.
on that.
The Family Guy Wheaton. Wheaton with the H. Wheaton. Mark, or is it Mark?
Marcus.
Mark. Wheaton. I forget how it says, but yeah, I need somebody.
Wheaton.
I wish we could have put that one up on the thing.
All right, that's
but
pretty
plus,
funny.
the reason I'm saying it is because, dude, they're gonna be targeting Antonio Brown, so you got to throw it at somebody, right?
Well, if they're targeting, you mean KC's D?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Wheaton's got to be benefiting from that if he can freaking catch the ball. That's what I'm playing on.
I can't believe that Disco's got like this brand new team. It's crazy. Got Todd Gurley versus Matt Jones.
Oh, Matt Jones all the way.
Matt Jones this week for sure
Yeah.
against Arizona. Gurley's not going to do much. Morris versus Yeldon.
Morris.
Yeah,
I think he's going to punch in a touchdown. That's the only reason. I just don't think.
Yeldon, I think, is a piece of garbage. I think
Wow.
if you could trade him away,
Might have hurt a guy
I
feeling.
think if you could trade him away for anything,
Yeah.
get rid of him.
Yeah.
Rudolph versus Olsen. Got to go Olsen.
I will go with Olsen, but I understand Rudolph because, dude, they were targeting Rudolph. And when I was at that game, I was like, dude, Rudolph? It was like every play. Rudolph.
All right, in the flex, Bernard versus Sims. Yeah, that's not looking good for Matty right now, but I would have said, I don't know. I think I would have said Bernard.
I would have said Bernard just because it's against the Denver defense.
Yeah, and I mean, Sims still might not perform, might not produce, but I'm still going to say Bernard. Kickers, or is there, Cat's Meow.
Cat's
Gotta go.
Meow.
Yep. And then defense, head-to-head matchup. Got to go Seattle. I mean, did you see what happened in the Jets last week? I mean, I'm talking
I
to
did.
Bigler. Did you see
Oh.
it? Seattle, I think they're going to crush them, so...
I hope so too, but to be fair, also Russell Wilson hurt his knee,
Oh, okay.
so he might be hobbled, and they might be able to make it a close game.
That's possible.
So, but I'm taking Seattle D as
And the
well.
Jets might need a bounce back game. At least it's at home for the Jets.
Yeah.
Overall, let's see here. Oh man, that Marcus Wheaton thing is really throwing me off.
I'm sorry.
It's really throwing
It
me
was
off.
going to be Tyler Boyd. Thank God it changed my mind.
I'm gonna go with you, but not by much. I think the Seattle D is the thing that's pushing me over the edge to tip it in your favor, and the fact that he and Yeldon probably sucks just as bad as Wheaton, so they cancel each other out. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
You got to use the H in a Wheaton when you're talking.
Wheaton.
About. There you go.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give it to me as well, but only by 0.7 points.
Wow.
And it's gonna break my heart to do it to Bigler like that.
Oh,
But I
wow.
fully expect like a Bigler video if he beats me. I fully expect like a 2-minute rant about how much better he is than me.
I expect one either way.
Yeah, that too.
And now, the matchup of the week. We got the New Gods Mad Titans coming in at 3-0, sitting at the top of the league. Although I think that he's power ranked at number 9 or 10.
I believe 9.
9,
I was
which
shocked
is
they got him
crazy.
that low.
No way. He belongs at 9, but he has opportunity to shoot up, and it's his bench that's killing him. He's got a great starting lineup. Yeah, but I think I know what you're talking about already. Gags to riches.
Much like your foreplay record.
Wow. Gags to riches. Currently my number 1 power ranked team. Sitting in 9th place. Ironically.
you got this all wrong.
Well, this is very ironic.
Gags Riches should be 1.
I know, and New Gods should be 9. By the end of the year, I think it will be. No, I don't think Jimmy will fall that far. All right, let's start it off. We got Carr versus Newton.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to report that he put Carr in as the quarterback now.
Who was he playing before?
I can't remember.
We're not even gonna
But
look.
Carr was his keeper.
Yeah.
And we're like, he's having monster games, so he's not even using them.
Carr versus
I go
Baltimore.
Cam Newton versus
At
Atlanta, man.
Atlanta.
Newton, he's going to
Yeah,
bounce back. He's the MVP.
Yeah,
He wants to have a good game. He's going to throw it. He's going to run it. He's just going to be the whole freaking team.
I agree. I'm good with
But
Newton.
give a lot of it to Greg Olson as well.
Don't forget about Kelvin. But yeah, I'm going with Cam. I think he's, like you said, I think he's going to come out and crush.
Marvin Jones. We're going.
Yeah,
Marvin Jones Jr. versus DeAndre Hopkins, man.
That's tough.
Jones versus Chicago. Hopkins versus Tennessee.
That's really tough.
Really, I think it's Marvin Jones all day.
Do you?
I do, man.
I don't know. I'm actually going to give it to Hopkins because Jones Jr., I don't think he's going to pull off games like he did last week very
Playing
often.
against Chicago.
That's true. That's true.
They don't even have Jay Cutler.
Hoyer's pretty good. Backup.
I like how you said like that. Yeah.
Backup.
Back up.
I'm gonna give it to Hopkins. Tennessee's tough, but Hopkins he needs a good week. All right, Baldwin versus Beckham, OBJ. Oh, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
I'm still gonna give it to OBJ.
Do you think Revis guard Baldwin? He's their best receiver, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I give it to OBJ. It's all about them Benjamins.
he is. Richard
Dollar
Matthews.
bill, y'all.
Ooh, Richard. He's already reaching down into his bench. Wow.
Ouch.
Richard Matthews must be a
Oh,
bye week thing.
Bye week blues
Yeah, bye week
versus
blues.
Alshon Jeffrey. Dude, Alshon Jeffrey.
all day. Gordon versus Elliott.
Easy E.
Yeah, easy E for sure. And then he's got the opposite running back, Carlos Hyde, going up against Bell. And this is what you're groaning about, huh?
Yeah, well, hold on. We're going to say Gordon or Elliott.
Easy E.
I go Easy E as well.
Yep.
And yes, and Le'Veon Bell versus Carlos Hyde in the running back position.
In the
I
running,
mean, Jimmy. Jimmy, you must be out your goddamn mind. I mean, seriously. I had this guy for 3 years. 3 fucking years. I never once put him in the running back position. I don't think I did once. It was always the flex. And I think collectively,
Yeah, exactly.
no, hold on. Collectively
Sorry.
in the 3 years, don't you stop me. Collectively in the 3 years that I had Le'Veon Bell, I don't even think he played a full 16 games. And you are 3-0 and you're lucky enough to have this guy, and you put him in the fucking running back position? What is wrong with you? With that being said, Le'Veon Bell.
that's great. Going up against KC and Carlos, I'm going to give it to Hyde.
I will slap you upside the head, Brian.
I'm just kidding.
You never go.
I'm just kidding.
You never go
And
against Bell.
I just said Hyde was his worst pick of the draft.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going Bell because even if he doesn't get a lot of rushing, he's going to get a touchdown or two in the air, which will definitely outscore Hyde. But it does pain me. You keep that running back slot open with nobody in it just to put Bell in the flex.
You do. You pick up Joik Bell.
Wait. Last week,
Jacquard.
listen, there are 2 weeks in a row he played that scrub from the Raiders, like DeAndre Washington. Put him back in.
Yeah, exactly. Put
I
him
don't
back
care
in.
about Pryor.
Neither do I. That was one game.
All right, let's go.
God, I'm so worked up. I don't know what to do.
All right, Fleener versus Kelsey.
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 McCoy. The rest of your team sucks, Jimmy. Seriously. Your first place, this is an insult to our league. It's a good thing you didn't interview us, and especially when I looked at your matchup. First question was, are you an idiot? You say no. I say, yes, you are. Give the commish to Craig.
This is great. All right. I'm going McCoy. Kicker, Goskowski.
Yes.
Denver going against
What are
Tampa
these
Bay.
matchups for defensive
That's
matchups lately?
crazy. All the defenses are going
Yeah.
head to head.
Denver.
Denver. Overall,
Gags.
Gags.
I was going to give way more in-depth analysis, but I'm so mad right now. I don't know
What
what,
if
to
he
do.
changes it? What if he changes it?
Then I'll say my
Reconsider.
advice actually didn't fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, but right now I still have to give it to Gags. McCoy's producing in the flex, and
Playing
Yeah.
against New England though.
that's true. That's true. But yeah, I still stand by this. Gags is the number 1 ranked team in this league. Look at his bench. It's incredible. Go ahead. Put it up.
I will.
This is the
I will
first
look
time
at
we've
his bench.
actually looked at benches. Oh, I gotta stop this for a minute. I think.
As far as bench goes,
Yeah,
he's got Des Bryant on his bench,
which is
So
insane.
Bye week.
Bye
blues.
week, yeah.
No, it's not even a bye week.
No, he's just hurt.
He's hurt.
Bryant,
Vereen's on the IR.
right. Ooh. Witten, solid backup tight end.
Goes out, picks up Kendall Wright.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Eddie Royal, But Riddick, Russell Wilson, New England D. He's got a nice solid bench.
He does. Jimmy has a little solid bench too. DeAndre Washington there, he's sitting there, not in the thing. 'cause he's-
4.16 projected.
Yeah, like, oh man, dude, seriously, you really ride that? You're gonna ride that
that's
Terrell
right, he was-
Pryor train?
Yeah, he's been playing Eli Manning,
Yeah, Eli
and
Manning.
he's going against Minnesota, so it's a good move.
Oh, I just
All right.
still have Marshawn Lynch on your bench.
I really hope he comes back. That'd be great. I would love it.
I think it'd be hilarious.
It would be.
Guys just sitting there in California munching on Skittles, thinking maybe I'll come back.
All right. What are your final thoughts for week 4?
As far as gags to riches and new guys,
Oh yeah,
okay.
we already did that.
Did we?
We've
I
said
both
both
did
gags.
gags.
Yeah. What do you think overall week 4?
Week 4, I think it's gonna be some upsets. I think the records are gonna be even more jumbled than just as jumbled as usual.
Because you're gonna have nobody undefeated. No offense,
Yeah.
Jimmy. Nobody's
Craig's-
gonna be defeated.
Craig's counting on it.
Yeah.
It's the only way he ever makes the playoffs.
You are so salty.
I'm really salty about this L Bell thing right now, man. I even had that great line for whom the bell tolls.
I know.
You can't use it because
I
you didn't
know.
put it in the flex.
Delling's body language has changed. It's like he's like tensed up. He's just like got this like slump. Man, he is just not a happy camper.
I'm gonna go home and drink this other beer that I couldn't
I
share with
really
you. 'cause
hope
you're
you're
a
not
teacher.
going home to Brogan.
I'm not going home, bro.
Good,
She's
because
sleeping.
she would be like feeling the wrath of Delling. She should be like, "What's wrong, baby? What's wrong? Can I give you a massage?" No, I don't want to talk about it.
I thought you were going the way of like a hate fuck.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, whoa, I would never do that to my girlfriend. Unless we had a really bad fight. That's like a year down the road where I can get away with it.
When you- That's great. I mean, when you're engaged, full commitment, full commitment.
Hold on, an engagement is never a full commitment, just ask Craig.
Wow, you are on fire. You are on fire.
Salty. I'm just salty. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Craig. I'm just salty.
Any other predictions? I say that we don't have anybody. We don't have anybody undefeated or defeated after this week.
Ooh.
I think Josh.
like that.
I think Josh
like
gets a
that.
win, and I think Jimmy gets a loss.
Okay, I hope that works out like that.
Anything else?
No, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm very happy to be back.
Yep.
I'm not going to go on vacation probably the rest of the season. So yeah, you guys are stuck with me.
All right, you ready, Delling?
Always ready, Brian.
Go!